Mandy Moore joining us here in the studio, 92.9 ZZU. Mandy, welcome to Spokane.
Thank you very much.
What do you think of Spokane so far?
To be quite honest, we literally just landed and came straight here, but I like what I saw from the road, I guess.
As you're driving in
As
from
I'm
the
driving
airport?
in, yes.
Well, you brought the sunshine in, so thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
I love it. Let's go over a recap of Mandy Moore. Age 15, record deal.
Yes.
Correct me if I'm wrong on any of this.
I will. I'll stop you.
Age 16, you were the youngest host of MTV to have your own show, 2 seasons.
Yeah.
Rock star. Age 17, you won an MTV Movie Award for A Walk to Remember.
Yeah.
You have sold over 7 million albums. You appeared on 5 episodes of HBO's Entourage last year.
Yes.
Now, let's look at your 2007, which is gigantic. 2007, you're on 7 magazine covers, from Elle to Jane magazine.
Okay.
Yeah, you know this, right? I mean, has anybody told you yet?
No one's informed me, no.
4 motion pictures already in the can?
Yes, one has come out so far, but there are 3 more this year.
Wow.
I know.
Just tell me, when do you breathe? When do you breathe?
The last, couple of years have been a lot of work and a lot of preparation, and then 2007, I sort of am looking at it as, a celebratory year, because all of these fun things are finally coming to fruition that I've been working so hard on for the past little bit. So
let's talk about some of your movies. You've worked with huge names, Diane Keaton, because I said so. Robin Williams, very cool.
yeah, I know.
That's huge.
It's been pretty fantastic.
What have you walked away from working with them?
Well, obviously with someone like Robin, I found out that I'm terribly unprofessional because I couldn't not laugh when I was working in scenes with him, because he'll constantly improv things and sort of change it up all the time, and there was no way to sort of hold it in and contain myself. So I walked away feeling not so great about my skills, I guess.
That's cute.
But no, it's really fantastic. I mean, I feel super lucky to work with people like Diane Keaton, and in the past, Hugh Grant and Dennis Quaid, and all these really fantastic actors, like you said, who have had such longevity in their careers.
What changed you from lip gloss pop princess? I mean, I'm not gonna lie, you seem so grown up. You seem so like you've jumped to this credible actress, singer, songwriter. I mean, where have you changed?
I think a lot has to do with the people that I've worked with, the experiences I've had over the past couple of years, but my musical tastes have changed a lot too. I think a lot of that is reflected in the songs that I've written for the record that's coming out.
Now, we never hear of Mandy Moore getting drunk, flipping off paparazzis, going to rehab. You never hear that. How do you not get wrapped up into that party scene?
I'm really close with my parents, and my brothers live with me in LA, and I think they've kept me grounded. But also, I do believe that it's a conscious choice to put yourself out there, to go out and about, and to be photographed. Because there's a way to sort of live your life in a bit of a quieter way, which I kind of feel like I've found a healthy balance. I'm a person just like anybody else, and I have my issues and ups and downs and things that happen in my life, but I kind of feel like I found a different way to express myself and a different outlet. Like, I've been writing for the past couple of years, and that's been cathartic for me, where I haven't felt the need to sort of go out and go crazy.
Go crazy. I want to touch on something, your private life. You know, it's not so private. When you're in Hollywood, you know, as you know, it's not so private. Every tabloid is writing something. How much of what we read is true? From what you've read about yourself or what you know of
I feel like
currents?
There's always some little, for the most part, most of the time, I feel like there's some tiny little kernel of truth somewhere. Mm-hmm. But it is usually completely blown out of proportion. Or, if they're like, Mandy was seen with such and such guy dating, not that they would ever write something like this about me anyway, but you're like, yeah, I was hanging out with them, and that's where the truth is. But really, there's nothing beyond that. So I always find that stuff kind of funny.
Let's talk about this album then. This album is completely different from your other stuff, called Wild Hope. And you co-wrote most of the songs, or you wrote most of the songs on this album?
I wrote all the songs on the album, yeah. It's like I have said, it's been about a 2.5 year process, and I was actually signed to a label that I thought sort of understood my vision for this record, and that I wanted to write and work with, a certain producer, and for the record to tonally have a specific sound. And I eventually realized that we were going to have to part ways if I did want to make this record. So I kind of went off on my own, and and did my own thing because I was adamant. I was like, you know what? I'm lucky enough to sort of have another aspect of a career going on that no one has any expectation of music for me. No one's anticipating a record. I mean, people don't even realize that I sing anymore for the most part. So I felt like that allowed me the creative control to really do what I wanted, which was such an exciting feeling. So I wasn't going to compromise. And I finished writing the record and went up to Woodstock, New York for 2 months and holed up in the most beautiful studio, this old house from the 20s, like on top of a mountain, and watched the leaves change. And it was romantic and inspiring and kind of isolating, but it was like the perfect period of time. I've never had so much fun doing anything in my life. It was just to be able to sort of step away from this experience and have had that kind of experience, but also be so proud of what came from it. Mm-hmm. It's me, it's my words, and it's a really vulnerable thing to sort of put yourself out there for the first time.
When people listen to your album, what do you want them to think about Mandy Moore?
I hope people just listen to the music and are able to relate to it, because there's obviously some songs about love, lost, and sort of figuring myself out. It's just, it's a collection of feelings that I've kind of been going through for the past couple of years.
When you go to bed at night, what do you lay there and right before you fall asleep, you go, wow, I'm really proud of this at this moment in my life?
I don't know if I ever think that necessarily. I'm really grateful. That's what I think of. Like when I wake up or when I go to bed, I'm like, oh, thank you, whomever, for everything. I'm happy and healthy, and my family and friends are, and I'm getting to do what I love to do, and I just feel very blessed and fortunate.